Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Beyond the Present podcast. My name is Daniel Mulligan, and that's right, the New Year. So we're having this episode exactly on the New Year Eve. It's January 1st, everybody, and we are so happy to enter the year 2024. And that's right, the New Year is here. We are extremely happy to celebrate the New Year. And guess what? It's just here. We did it, guys. We made it to yet another year. If you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, or someone just trying to, have a successful life, you understand that you had to work very hard in the last year to get here. And guess what? 2024 is right here. Now, obviously, I would like to congratulate this beautiful moment to all of you guys and wish that 2024 will be an amazing year for all of you. Now, while, of course, we can enjoy the New Year holiday, we also have to take into account what's actually going to happen in the year 2024. So in today's episode, we'd like to talk a bit more about what's about to come in the year 2024 and what should entrepreneurs, business owners, and those of us who are more inclined to want to take our lives to the next level do in the year despite all that is expected to happen. See, guys, the year 2024 is expected to see the entire world's GDP shrink. Now, this is not just about the United States. This applies to almost all countries. And there are a multitude of factors that's going to affect this issue, including, all the issues that we're seeing geopolitically in different parts of the world, including Europe and the Middle East, rising inflation, and perhaps lower consumer trust in most economies. And, of course, many other factors are going to lead to what we can expect to be not a very good year financially for the world economy. And you're saying, well, Dan, the whole life isn't just the economy. You're definitely right. And that's what we're going to be talking about today to prepare ourselves for that very basically experience. But economies do tend to affect almost every aspect of our lives, socially and personally. But what does that mean? So the year 2024 is expected to be a rather difficult year for both those employees who work for paychecks as well as investors and entrepreneurs, because we're now seeing perhaps a lack of cash flow around the world. People are a bit more reluctant to spend their money, and that means there are going to be fewer purchases, and the inflation rate will make many of the prices out there a bit unaffordable to the masses, which is going to then lead to lower sales, and that's going to affect a lot of businesses. And of course, investors will find it even harder to get started, to invest, because you have to put in more capital up front. So all of that means a slower economic growth worldwide. But does that mean that we have to simply give up? All right, Dan, it's January 1st, and you want to give me the bad news exactly on January 1st? Of course not. The purpose of this program is to help you prepare in the proper manner for what's to come in 2024 so you can actually make the most of it. Because I do believe that in the same year that a lot of companies and businesses might somehow struggle with the inflation rate and other economic issues, many individuals and companies and corporations are going to profit massively from it. And apart from that, still, many of us could enjoy a fulfilling, happy 2024. Earlier, we mentioned that economy isn't everything, and that life can actually be meaningful and enjoyable in all other aspects. And I do agree, this is the case. And we have to understand that once we are prepared for something, we're a lot more likely to handle those challenges properly, which is why today I'm encouraging you guys to first prepare a complete plan for your business in the year 2024. This is not a year where you just want to wing it and see what happens. The year is supposed to be a little bit tough for a lot of entrepreneurs, and you need to have a clear business strategy, ideally with a lot of plan Bs, to make sure that you can actually make sure that your company is going to be profitable and you will stay afloat during the entire year. Now, how do you do this? Very simple. You need to start by planning for the worst case scenario while working hard for the best case scenario. That's very important because a lot of us, unfortunately, we tend to plan overly optimistically. And then when it comes to some, setbacks or obstacles, we simply back off and say, you know what? I don't know. I'm not sure if it's worth it. So we do the exact opposite. So for the year 2024, if you're a business owner or an employee of a company, you have to have a plan for the worst case scenario. That means if you're working for a specific company, you should have a plan, instant plan for once you receive that dreaded email from your HR or from your manager saying, sorry, the top management has decided to make a group of people in our company, redundant, and your name is on the list. I'm sorry, we're going to have to let you go. So you have a 1 month period and you have to find yourself a different job. Are you ready for that? If you got an email, tomorrow, after the holidays, after about a month or so, that you're going to be fired, do you have a plan B? So for 2024, you want to have that plan. What are you going to do? Are you going to go on a vacation for about a couple of weeks looking for a new opportunity? Are you going to perhaps immediately hit the job market trying to go, for interviews to secure a new position? Or do you already have some other, different source of income that you can actually tap into while looking for a new work opportunity? But it is very important if you're an employee to do have a plan B, because now, due to the economic factors and not to mention the growth in AI, it is very likely for any employee to be made redundant instantly without any warning. That's unfortunately true. Just imagine a big company goes through a bad, fiscal quarter, and they realize, guys, we gotta save our money. We gotta cut back on the costs. And the first thing they'll do is, so why don't we just cut the cost by adding more AI services and then make some of these people, somehow redundant. And that's exactly what's going to happen to a lot of companies, and not just the tech companies, but many similar industries. So as an employee, you have to understand that when the economies are tough and AI is on the rise, you could be fired at any moment. Do you have a plan B? Could be anything, but you need to sit down and prepare for it. Now, if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, you have to understand that your clients could simply say, I'm sorry, we can't afford this product or service anymore. I'm sorry, we're going to have to stop subscribing to this service. I'm sorry, the prices are too high. We just can't get the credits. We can't buy these things. So as an entrepreneur or a business owner, you need to be prepared for customers first, asking for a lot more discounts, and second, to simply downright not make any purchase. That means you have to be prepared for going through weeks, months, or even seasons of low sales. Can your business stay afloat if all of a sudden you realize, oh my gosh, our costs are going up, man, and the profit is not that much? So you need to have certain plans, whether it is to have some, plans for cutting back on the costs in certain ways, or to perhaps double down on marketing or advertising, or finding ways to enhance your overall presence in the marketplace. But you do need to have that plan, because that's going to give you the peace of mind knowing that the entire year could pass and you'll stay afloat the entire time. That's very important. Now, just because you are going to be prepared for, let's say, lower sales as a business owner, or getting fired as an employee, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. But just the fact that you've prepared for it in advance going to give you that edge and, of course, peace of mind to enjoy your life when you're not working. I mean, what's the point of being always stressed about work and not having any fun in your real life? You can't do that. But just that preparation in advance gives you the peace of mind that you need. That's for the work aspect of your life. And please do understand that when these things happen, it's not always that bad, because that probably means more free time for you to enjoy your hobbies, and above all, to work on developing yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, the year 2024 will be highly rewarding for those people who are committed to their personal growth in all aspects. What are you going to do in the year 2024 to become a more well-rounded person? How are you going to get yourself to the next level in any area that is important to you in the year 2024? Perhaps you could start by, exercising more often and, investing in your health to have more energy so you can work better and enjoy your life more. Perhaps you can invest in your education by getting a new degree, acquiring new skills, learning a new language, or trying anything that is going to help you to become more valuable in the marketplace. Understand this. This is especially true if you're an employee, because you have to have a wide range of skills in order to be competitive in the marketplace and to find a job quickly in case you lost your last one. So how could you invest in yourself in the year 2024? What courses can you take? Which places could you visit? What teams or organizations or groups or communities can you join in order to enhance and improve your skills and abilities, and to make yourself more marketable and more employable in an economy that might be a little bit tough to keep jobs? And above all, how are you going to invest in your peace of mind, your happiness, and well-being? You see, guys, I've always said it, if you want to go long, you can't go extreme. So if you want to be work all the time, all that stuff, at some point the stress and the boredom kicks in and you feel like, but what's the point of it all? Why should I even go further? I got no time. I got no energy. I got no desire. Why? Because you start experiencing the symptoms of being burnt out. You might have some other issues. So you want to have a life where you can reasonably enjoy a certain amount of leisure, rest, and recreation. Because that's the key to longevity and long-term, basically success. You can work super hard and get sick and keep continuing, but after about a couple of months, maximum couple of years, you will stop and say I don't know, what am I doing? So you want to make sure that you are living in a sustainable manner, and that requires you to take care of your rest and recreation. And ideally to plan for it. How are you planning to, deal with the possibly higher level of stress that you're accustomed in the year 2024? Because the chances are you might experience with more difficulties, not less, in this year. So how are you going to counter that stress? Maybe you want to sign up for some yoga class or some dancing classes. Maybe you want to perhaps try meditation courses or simply travel more or go for a walk more often. Whatever you can do to allow yourself to overcome stressful situations and to recover from tough moments will help you a lot in the year 2024. And of course, today is a great time to plan for it. So what kind of activities will allow you to recover easily from stressful experiences in your life? What's going to allow you to, wake up in the morning feeling more energized? All of these things will be a huge asset in the year 2024. So you don't just want to work on becoming more marketable or make your business more profitable. You want to work on making your body and your mind rested most of the time so you can actually do your very best and offer, higher quality services or products in the marketplace. That's extremely important. How could you make 2024 less stressful for you and your body more inclined to recover quickly from all the stressors? Think about that. Make a plan for it and make sure that you follow with a plan because you want to have a body and a mind that is ready for any possible crisis, that you do not back down when the problems arise, or you do not feel tired when an opportunity presents itself. So you want to be prepared. And that means taking care of your body, taking care of your mind. If you have some bad habits, maybe this year is a good year to promise yourself, I'm going to quit that bad habit to have more energy throughout the day. If you have perhaps some issues with being burnout, maybe it's time to plan. How can I prevent frequent burnouts in my work and in my life? What are some options that I can pursue? All of these things will help you understand and find out exactly how you feel about yourself. And above all, you need to have that plan for the worst, hope for the best attitude throughout the entire 2024. Because guys, I still believe that this year could be an amazing year. And for some of us could be perhaps one of the best years of our lives in terms of success, accomplishment, and especially being able to connect on a deeper level with those around us. I think 2024 will be a year of relationships for a lot of us because that's going to allow us to connect more deeply to those around that we might not have had enough time for in the previous years. And obviously, it's proven that when you have a strong social circle and a community of people that you can actually connect with on a deep basis, you will be able to, resist much more pain and difficulty than somebody who is alone or somebody who is not well connected. So the year 2024 would be a great year if you start investing more in all your personal and professional relationships by being in touch with the people around you and trying to use that as a leverage against stress, as a leverage against, boredom and losses and failures. So invest not only in yourself, but also in your relationships in the year 2024. And believe me, you'll be ready to handle and tackle any challenge that this year presents. And of course, grab all the opportunities around you once you basically are in that situation. All right, that's all the time we have for. I'm super happy to share with you guys these ideas on the New Year Eve. And once again, Happy New Year to everybody. I hope that 2024 will bring the very best for you. And I hope that some of the tips we shared here are going to help you find the balance between what you want and what you can accomplish, and of course, achieve all your goals. That is all the time we have for. My name is Daniel Mulligan, and this was Beyond the Present podcast. Happy New Year and have a good one.